Alright, hello there, Sean here, and this is EA Sports UFC, the full game finally, and this is a game online. I am Michael McDonald. This guy is using a creative fighter. This is not a ranked fight, or a championship fight, or whatever the fuck they call it, the ranked ones. This was my first fight online, and I run into a 100 overall at everything created fighter, which is interesting. So, basically, this guy clearly created him to go online and wreck face, and he's going to find out that you don't mess with Michael McDonald, or you don't mess with me. I'm not really sure who totally controlled that, but, yeah, so, my experience online, I'm going to give some general thoughts on the game so far, some things that I think are a problem. But my experience online is about 6 fights deep. They've all been under quick match. I haven't gone into ranked, and that reason is some games are really, really laggy, and then some are totally fine. Like, I think this one was mostly fine, although we come to a point where I get him down, and I thought I was going to finish the fight, and, like, it starts to lag like crazy, and I think you'll probably be able to tell. But, and then it kind of goes back to normal, and then it lags at some points later on. But some of the fights I've had have been really bad. Like, I fought against a Bruce Lee, and that was really terrible. Like, it was almost impossible to do anything, and it especially becomes difficult when you're trying to block transitions on the ground. It's like the split second you have to do it, amplified by the fact that, like, you don't know when anything's happening because it's, like, lagging. It's very difficult to stop, and I don't know, maybe Bruce Lee's really good for some reason, even though I don't think on the ground he should be all that great. Maybe he just is. I haven't really looked at his stats in particular, but he was able to do pretty much whatever he wanted when I took him down, and that was frustrating me because I was like, what the fuck? The last fight I just played, I was against Nate Diaz. I don't remember who I was, but I just did it like 3 seconds ago, so that's kind of sad. But it was like really awful. Like I would string together a combo on the controller and then like see it play out like 4 seconds after I did it. You know, I couldn't block his shit because I had to like always be blocking because he was always throwing. It's complicated, but I haven't lost yet, so that is maybe it's not that bad, but it has been either absolutely perfect or absolutely shit. There has been no in between, really. This fight is about the exception, where there was like a little bit of lag in there, but it was mostly okay. At some point, I realized that the best way I can win this is if I take him to the ground. I realized that, and I realized that he doesn't know or seemingly know how to fucking get up. So it's like, just go to the ground because I'm going to get my ass knocked out if I stand. But when I do ranked, I might live stream it, or at least do the audio live, like record my audio as I'm going. And some of that, obviously, if there's a good fight and I want to talk over it about stuff, I'll do that. But I hope to do more of this game. I am a miserable son of a bitch, and doing videos is like painstaking at this point. But I like this game, I think. Well, no, I have a lot of complaints, but I want to use this game as my like relaunch onto the internet. So anyway, let's talk about some things real quick. This is not my only thoughts, but this is one thing I especially wanted to point out, and I think it comes into play especially in this fight, which is why I'm showing you this fight. So this game appears to, and I think it's, you know, confirmed, that it lacks what I'm calling persistent damage, meaning if I throw 6 leg kicks at you, once your leg returns to normal state on the HUD, like it's not red anymore, it no longer recognizes any of the damage previously done to it. And it especially bothers me with leg kicks because, you know, I'm bruising the side of his leg, all this stuff's happening, but he's not limping. Like, as soon as he gets, you know, that flashing red to go away, he is, like, he got a brand new leg. Like, he's a new man. And I think that it's part of the arcadiness of this game that I don't like. Especially that part. And sure, it makes for some dramatic comebacks and shit like that, but it also takes away an element of strategy and an element of, like, you can't just go nuts. Like, you can't just pound on people, because if you keep doing that and you keep getting countered, eventually you're going to take damage to the point where you can't keep doing that. And like, this fight, I have clearly a disadvantage to this guy. Like, my reach is much less than him. You know, I barely could kick him in the head. Like, I don't even know if my foot reached his head. Like, I had some serious problems. And, like, I don't know why he's not going out here. But, you know, for me to not be able to chop him down, basically, and, like, attack his legs and have that you know, persist over the course of a fight is kind of dumb. Like, that should matter. Like, if you take, you know, 200 strikes to the head over a fight, or the course of a fight, like, you should be much more likely to be knocked out. Like, you shouldn't be totally okay with that. Like, that shouldn't be like, oh, I'm a new man because my red meter went away. And, you know, obviously, I think that the damage in that case should take a while to build up. Like, it shouldn't be like, once it gets red right away, like, as far as the HUD's concerned, like, you were that way forever, obviously. I would even be okay with it sort of regenerating in a way, like, you know, you can sort of improve. I don't know if the legs really should improve, because I don't think after getting kicked in the leg to the point where you're limping that you ever, during that fight, actually feel much better. But, you know, it's one of the things that, like, the lack of persistent damage, I think, yes, it can make for some exciting, weird shit, but it's also very arcadey, and it's one of the arcadey aspects, I think that it hurts the gameplay. Like another couple examples of that are like the sweeps that are so easy to pull off from guard. Just those reversals in general, honestly. The ability like that to stand up from being mounted. Usually I can stop that one, but like it's still like standing directly up from mount like that. Is way too easy to perform and is way too arcadey. I will talk about the stand-ups probably in another video, but the stand-ups come way too quick. There have been multiple times now where I've been raining elbows from side control, and I'm in a lot of trouble here, but I'm gonna get myself out of it with one of those arcadey sweeps. But like I've been raining elbows from side control and been stood up. It's like that's not when a stand-up would come in a fight, especially when you set the clock to actual real time, like an actual 5-minute round. Like, he shouldn't be standing me up after 15 seconds of being on top. That doesn't make any sense. This video, I don't have the stats. I remember to do it in all the other videos. I'll talk about some of the other things that I've thought about that are not so cool in the next video. It's fun. Definitely fighting online breathes more life into it than fighting on the other stuff. But I'll talk about the other stuff and more details about online and all that shit in another video. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you maybe in the cage. Maybe we will duke it out for bragging rights forever. I don't know. Goodbye. Anyways, bye.